Hey, it's been 2,658 days since the Revelation 12 sign, the day we were all supposed to soon be raptured. And as I say in many of my videos, I am not mocking or scoffing, nor am I judging anyone, particularly the rapture channels. They tell us to be Bereans. They remind us often that they see through a glass darkly, as they prophesy and teach in the name of God. So they invite inspection of their fruit, which is what we are going to do again today. In today's video, we'll focus a little bit on the arrogance and the prideful scolding you often come across with these rapture channels. Here's Barry Scarbrough and Tyler some time ago. It doesn't really matter when this video was shot. It could have been shot any time in the last 100 years. Listen carefully to what Barry says about fellow Christians here.
Jesus, and by the way, I see even a lot of Christians going down this road of, oh, you know what? The end times are here, and I've got I've got gold coins, and I've got my 401k, and I've got chickens in the backyard. I heard a real, seemingly good Christian guy, and he says, I got meat birds. He called them meat birds. I'm like,
seemingly Christian guy. Why the word seemingly, Barry? Are you attempting to question his Christianity because he's a little bit of a prepper? Is that what you're talking about here? By the way, I can tell by your mocking tone that you're sneering at him. Where is all the people on your channel telling you to stop sneering and mocking at another Christian for what they are convicted to do? Where are all those people? You're clearly mocking. You've never met the guy. You don't really know him. You question his Christianity. Are you jealous? Because you sound jealous. People have gold and silver and chickens and you don't. But we'll let him continue here.
Like, okay, you got your meat birds. He seemed like a really good guy. I was like, this is a good guy. He's talking about different kinds of roosters and stuff, and he's a good guy. And I'm thinking, this guy.
Listen to this smug little man's tone. Just listen to the tone, all right? He's making fun of the guy. So I'll just say right off the bat, Barry lives in a $700,000 house, and at the time this was shot, he had a really good job. Doesn't anymore, but at the time this was made, he had a really good job and was doing just fine. He lost a lot of money in the stock market, I happen to know, but it's easy for him to say this now when he's sitting in his comfortable house and he has little danger of actually running out of food tomorrow. But he's the type of guy, and I'm not a prepper, okay, but I respect people that do it. I understand it. I get why they think that way, and all of us need to be preppers at some level. But, this is the type of guy that would be pounding on the door of the prepper in 5 years when there's no food to be found anywhere and he's starving, and crying and all dirty, and his kids are all dirty. And right now he's mocking and scoffing and basically questioning the man's salvation because he dares to prep a little bit because he doesn't believe Barry's story that we're not going to have to be prepared. We're out of here. Clearly we're out of here, right?
He was a good guy. And I'm thinking, this guy is literally trusting in chickens. And
yeah, that's something we gotta be careful.
No, stop. You're trusting in the chair that you're sitting in right now, okay? Arrogant jerk. You're sitting in a chair trusting it's going to work. You give your lovely dog food every day that you trust is not going to poison him. I could go on and on. What are you talking about? He's preparing himself. Sorry to get a little angry there, but so Tyler chimes in here, and you can tell he's not quite comfortable either with what Barry just said.
Trusting in chickens. And
yeah, that's something we got to be careful.
Right?
It's great to have a plan. It's great to be prepared. It's great to have investments and food and whatever.
I agree, but what? What possible words could come after that word, but? But I don't prepare like that. I am the most faithful Christian of all time. I'm an example to every Christian everywhere of how to live. I know for sure that I'm going to be raptured. Just like I knew for sure in 2016 when I said I know for sure I'm going to be raptured before the Revelation 12 sign. And now in 2020, when I said specifically and explicitly in God's name, there won't be an election this year in 2020 because, total chaos will break out. There won't be an election and we're going to get raptured. Just like I knew all that. You ought to listen to me because I have so much credibility for all those times I said. Oh, where are those videos, by the way, Mr. Scarbrough? Did you forget them? Did you forget you said those words?
Ever, but it's what's really important. I know this is what you're getting at is where is your heart?
Where's your heart?
Where are you placing your faith and your trust? Because political figures and your bank account, none of this stuff is going to get you out of what's coming.
It won't get.
Okay, so I made my point. Okay, yeah, we could say that about anything, about any time. Okay. You can't trust in riches. You can't trust in the things of the world. Yeah, okay, yeah, fine. That doesn't mean you're allowed to criticize your fellow brothers and sisters if they choose to prepare for disaster in a way that you don't. I mean, for goodness sake, we've had enough disasters in the state of Florida, and we're in the South, alone, in North Carolina and places that people never even thought they were. Do you think the people in North Carolina in 2024 thought that they were in danger of being wiped out by a hurricane? If they had been more prepared, we could have averted that disaster a bit. Tens of thousands of people dead or missing. I could go on and on with all kinds of examples like that. All of us think that we're safe. I would call Barry and or at least Barry, okay, because Tyler didn't really say anything I disagree with here, but I'd call Barry a smug little unprepared, trusting in his own self person. He's not trusting in God. He's trusting in himself. I know what's best. I know what's happening next. I know what God's doing. God's going to whisk me away to heaven. And I know this because I'm special. I know these things. I mean, he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. And that's just one example of hundreds I could find of how these people talk and how these people think.